Hello, welcome to the Art of the Oracle. How are you all doing today? Drop me a line and let me know what's going on in your world. I am working today with, I'm going to start off here with the Spirit Animal Oracle, and we have the Wisdom of the Elders and Light Seers Tarot. So we have a beautiful group of divine wisdom and knowledge here, along with the crystals. I did tap in before and asked if there was a message. And what I heard is that, and oddly enough, the clock chimed as I asked the question, and what I saw is 1 and 1, and that we are one, and we are mirroring the divine, and the divine is mirroring us, meaning that every experience that we have, we are growing in our own awareness if we allow the wisdom of what we were experiencing in. If we do things over and over again, it's because we still didn't get it. like the universe is still tapping on and said, great job, but let's try it again and see if you could really understand what that was all about. So there's nothing wrong, and there's nothing that's ever outside of divinity. So we and the divine are mirroring each other. So we have this divine light within us. And because we are part of the divine light of what we are and are becoming is also part of all that is, right? So I know that sounds, it sounds amazing to me, but also sounds like, how do we embody that? So if we go through every part of our day, recognizing that everything that we do is part of the experience, and we can't do anything wrong, and it's just experience, and what we do with it is entirely up to us. So let's ask for the spirit animals. Thank you all for being here. I'm delighted to read today on this day for What's Up Wednesday. If it's not Wednesday, it was exactly the time that you were meant to see it. We didn't get to the spirit animals yesterday. Okay. So I think that this is the one. Oh, look at that. Oh, well, look. So I went to put these back, and of course I turned them over. And so 12, which I think was like the first card that we got out yesterday. I could be wrong, but 12 to me is encompassing of the pairing of, two things together, creating a third, right? 3. And it's saying here with this beautiful little canary, which I think is reminding us of that inner light that we have in our 3rd chakra, in the solar plexus chakra. And I've been feeling a lot of weird kind of pain and discomfort and churning, something going on in that particular chakra, at least for me. So I'd love to hear how it's going for you. So I also believe that that's part of it. And it could be, this is the way I'm seeing it. I'll just tell you how I'm seeing it. That we are upgrading, like our whole body is upgrading. And the energy center that we know as our solar plexus is also the energy center of our awareness of our own inner light, and it helps radiate that light through our body. And so I think it's one with the sun, really, is why we see it as our inner sun, and then there's an outer sun. I think we are part of everything in the universe. And so it's asking us to accept the new love and light that's coming in, the upgrades. I think our body is changing, growing, becoming more able to heal ourselves and to have different awarenesses of other realities. So that could look very different to each one of us. And then we have card 41, which I think we also had yesterday, that with the Nightingale spirit saying that love is all around us. And I believe that. I mean, I feel that right now in this moment as I'm reading for you. I feel the love. I feel the wisdom. We have time for a deep dive with 60, and this is Swan spirit. And so what I'm seeing here is that the importance of us to recognize this love energy that's here, but also this is about us. This is about you. This is about what it is that you need. This is why this deep dive. And that's really what, I mean, it's been difficult. I'd love to hear from you. It's been really hard for me over the last week as I've gone back over this last decade or these last 9 years. And it's kind of turning into 2 decades for me. And why? And what was all of this about? The butterfly spirit with 1-1. Remember, that's what I was seeing as I tapped in here, is that this, me and the divine, or we and the divine, were mirroring each other. And that's what I feel like is happening in this 11 as we transform and grow and broaden ourselves. The reflection of that is a reflection of the divine that's kind of coming out in a stronger way within us. And then the divine experiences, what does that feel like to grow and move into this next time of evolution. So let's see if there is wisdom from the elders. Is there a message from the elders, please, for this day? Okay. So I love that these things happen. Like what I want to share with you about this is ask. Ask for the thing that you need. Ask for the thing that you want. And then listen and wait for the universe to just reveal. What did we get here? We got another 11. I mean, you can't make this up. Spirit, totem, animal with direction. And so we had the animal spirits with protection yesterday. And what this is showing me is, you see this, like the divine wisdom of the hummingbird is all around joy. The wisdom of the owl, and this sits in the south, right? The joy. And then in the west, like the wisdom, the higher, the ability to see from different levels, right? Different awarenesses. And then we have the turtle energy here in the north. And that to me is around understanding the elements of the earth and water, like understanding that we are in 2 worlds, or we are in multidimensional spaces. And this is great wisdom and longevity. And then we have this beautiful, which is the teacher energy over here in the east with the great wolf. And yeah, I can't believe that. I'm super excited. So I think that is the card. I think actually stability wants to come out as well. And oh my gosh. And look at this. We have love again. And then these are coming in upside down. So I don't think that they were meant for us. Okay. So yeah. So I had to bring out love, because love, it feels like it's been part of every single reading that we've done to date. So I do want to go into the guidebook and find out more information about what this direction is, because what I was asking for as I'm going back through all of these 9 years is like, what are we meant to know? What did all this mean? I mean, you may be asking something very similar. What was all these beginnings and endings and the grief and, you know, the joy of starting something only to watch it collapse? Do you know what I mean? Or, you know, I had good and bad things that happened, and they were really extreme. Like, it was just extremes all like 9 years. It's like there wasn't a lot of easy in there. And I've been asking, like, what was that all about? Tell me what, you know, I want to see this from, I'm diving deep, and I want to see it from a different perspective. I know that I've transformed, and that's the only thing that makes sense to me, is this whole thing was about me learning to fly and learning to see my beauty and learning to be different than I was, is the only thing that makes sense to me. I really, really, encourage you to sit quietly on, I'm in this wonderful program where it's all about looking back. And, looking back in the way that I feel like we're doing it is, as before we step into the new year, what did we learn? And there's an integration process that I think that we're not doing. I heard somebody say it the other day. It's like we have been fed so much information that we forgot to digest our food. We forgot to digest the things. It's like information on information on information just is more information. And I know some of all of it seeps in, but I think that we're missing by constantly looking outside of ourselves for understanding of what's going inside ourselves. And that's what that deep dive card is all about, is that we need this stability. We need to recognize that we need to balance the amount that we're bringing in and digest what we've already got before we get more information in, because pretty soon we're just drowning in information and not really understanding any of it. Too much is just too much. And I feel like that with so many things. Too much money, you just become incapable of seeing the beauty and the freedom of it. And then you become literally like stifled and greedy. Some of the greediest people I know are the wealthiest. It's really crazy. I don't even understand it. It's as if they like to pretend they don't have it, right? Because they're afraid that other people are going to want it. It's just this weird thing. So it's the same thing no matter what you have, right? It's too much of a good thing. Sometimes it's just too much of a good thing. So this card here with the direction is reminding us to reflect and reconnect. So to all this guidance that's coming through our life, which is exactly what I think this spirit wanted us to see today, when it showed me literally me and divine mirroring each other. It's about a reflection. We are the mirror of all that is. And the things that we are experiencing is a mirror of where we're putting our attention, our focus, and our time. So let's see. It says here, if you are unsure what your spirit totem animal is, then ask for spirit guidance. That's one of the things that I said in the very beginning. If there's something that you really want, desire, and need, ask, how do I get this? What's keeping me from that? What is it within me that is keeping me from the thing that I desire? You can pray to receive it, and then you can once you pray, though, it's not about praying again and again and again. It's about waiting to hear the guidance. So be patient, because that's the process, is asking and then receiving. Let's see what it says. If you've drawn the card, it might be the perfect time to call upon your spirit totem animal. Again, if you don't know what that is, then ask. Trust that this animal totem is there for you, and there can always be a relationship. And I think it's really important to say that when you know who you are, and then you see these things reflected back to you, then it helps with you getting out of your own way, and then seeing the gift within that. So if you're stable in who you are, if you're stable in your greatness, then you can see the greatness in others. If you feel like you're coming from an open heart, which I think is very important, then you can see the love that's being offered in response to your love. So I know this is becoming a very long reading. Where are we at? Oh my gosh, this is a really long reading. So we're just going to ask for final message here from the Light Seers. Oh wow, there we go. We got one card. Wow. So interesting that we got the 7, and we know that 7, or if you've been here around a while, you've heard me say that 7 is around, choices. And this card right now feels like what's being illuminated is the darkness that we have been in. And like when the light is coming in, everything that is not us kind of fades into the darkness. And I think what this is showing us is that because the sword's energy is around receiving information. And I'm seeing this, like this raven or this crow right here, really big in the front. And what it's saying is that there's a volume that is happening right now. There is something that's coming out in a really big way, and it's illuminating for us the choices that we've made. There's a big city here in the background, and this person kind of feels like he's leaving the scene of a crime, is really what it looks like. But he's wearing a white hoodie here. And what that's saying to me is he does have his sword out. He's aware of the choices that he's made, and he's a little dirty. He's a little bit, war-torn here. He's a little dirty, and he's leaving, and he's taking some of the wisdom. The crow energy is this dark energy that we're seeing around here, has a magical quality to it. There's a law within crow and a magic within raven. And the law within the crow energy is about being able to see both sides of the world, and then knowing that there is a connection between this and that. And I think that that's what that's illuminating. And it's illuminating it in your mind. I've never read this card this way. It's illuminating that in your mind for you to be able to be aware of your choices and what it is. And now you're moving forward. I feel like this is the last card because it's moving forward. It's leaving. There are many things that are going to have to fall away, and before you can step fully into the light of the awareness. And that's a choice that you have to make. And whether you choose to do that or not, it's right, whatever it is that you decide. So this, again, is a very big reading. Thank you so much for being here at the Art of the Oracle. I hope you enjoyed today's message. And until tomorrow, have an amazing day. Bye now.